Ah, you hunted a tsunobashiri for us, did you? Those spine gliders are tough. We owe you one. Arigato. You're clearly well able to do your job then. But how are you holding up? No strange sensations? Excellent! That's good to hear. You must tell me at once if you notice anything out of the ordinary. Having a karakuri implanted in your body may have consequences you're not expecting. The seed is a very old karakuri, the crystallization of wisdom amassed by the ancient hunters. It will make a deep physiological and mental connection with you. It allows its host to conjure and control karakuri, to influence the ki that flows through the entire natural world, in fact. Until now, I honestly believed it was a fairy tale. I certainly never imagined that I'd see it with my own eyes. Side effects? Well, there are certainly pitfalls. Firstly, I don't believe you can manipulate karakuri wherever and whenever you like. You've experienced that already, of course. You haven't been able to make use of karakuri here in Minato, for example, have you? Secondly, although the seed is said to contain the ingredients for a plethora of karakuri, it would appear you can't conjure them all whenever you like. I imagine there has to be some sort of trigger to stimulate the requisite memory. Given that it's a hunter's device, it seems reasonable to assume that those triggers will occur in the course of hunting activities. And thirdly, I dare say this is the most pertinent of the pitfalls from your perspective. The seed is deeply embedded in your heart. So deeply that one can no longer function without the other. What I'm trying to say is that if that tiny karakuri were to break, you would die. Now, it's not especially fragile, so there's no need to panic, but still, I would treat it with due care. I might have expected you would react like that. And perhaps you're right. Let's hope we never find out. Yes, before you go, there's one last thing. There's a small task I'd like you to undertake. Or rather, the town elders have decided it should be done. It may even result in the first pitfall that I mentioned before being rendered moot. I think it would be quicker to show you rather than trying to explain further. Would you accompany me to the Spirit Isle? We can leave whenever you're ready. And Natsume will be coming along too. So a trip to the island. A boat trip. Unavoidable, I suppose. Oh, sorry. I'm talking to myself. As soon as you're ready, we'll set off together. Since your arrival in Minato, I've redoubled my research efforts. You've rekindled my passion for the unknown.
The Earth is depressed. And that makes me depressed.
Thank you for attending. I have arranged to convey you with a special medal of honor to repay you for your services to Minato. I regret to say that it's little more than a token. Town funds are very much not at my disposal. Nevertheless, I would be gratified if it pleases you. I have also made a record of the meritorious conduct for which you was earned. I like to reward contributions to the town in this way, and I am sure this will not be your last. So do attend me again soon. Perhaps we might engage in conversation as well. My role here is superficial. This represents every step you have taken on your hunting journey in this realm. Some business you have neglected? Are there no matters of business you wish to good hunter.
I forgot how much I hate Boats.
Are you alright, Sensei? You did say you'd explain what we're doing here when we'd arrived.
I'll be fine. So, there is an old ruin on the island here where the natural flow of ki has stagnated. I need you to clear the blockage. I think you said you tried it before, didn't you? In the Nanohana field along the old Blossom Trail. I'd like you to do the same thing here. I learned that a particular material is required for the job, and through meticulous research, I've managed to ascertain which kemono to hunt to obtain it. It's a kemono called Jigokuzaru, or lavaback.
As far as we know, it's lived on this island since ancient times. Apparently, Minato's hunters have never been a match for it.
Even I can see that I'm asking a lot. But sadly, there's really nobody else even remotely up to the task. If it seems too much for you, return to Minato and reconsider your approach. We'd both be glad to advise.
I hear that the lavaback lives on the north side, but there are other kemono on the island too. Perhaps hunting some of those first would be a good plan. Then I can make you stronger equipment with the materials.
Let's hope this really does help Minato flourish again.
Sensei?
Sorry, I was muttering to myself. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. I've taken the liberty of adding a rather special karakuri to your gauntlet. I have a matching one, and together they'll allow us to communicate when we're too far away to speak to each other. It'll all become clear once you use it. We'll contact you in a little while, so don't be surprised if you suddenly hear our voices.
This'll work!
Hello? Can you hear us? Ah, good. It seems to be functioning well.
すごい! It really worked! Let me see that!
Hands off, Natsume. I know you. You'll pull it apart.
But I always try to put things back together again.
Now, we'll help as best we can via this karakuri.
All these broken boats. What happened here?
This is where the samurai of the Ishido clan were driven back to when Kemono attacked. Though ultimately I believe it was Ago clan pursuers who finished them off. These must be the boats they sailed in. You would have been very young at the time. I doubt you remember.
Goodness. But actually, I do have some vague memories from that time. I was playing with Nobu, and suddenly Toza said we weren't to go outside. I could tell by the look in my father's eyes that he really meant it. He must have been very scared, I think.
Time to move.
make a move.
There. Fixed.
Damage done.
That sounded like Lavaback's roar.
Such a savage cry. I'm almost glad I can't see it.
It's a very strong kill. Please be careful.
Something's mad.
Everything's gone hazy.
It's destroyed. Damage done.
Pathetic.
Leaving so soon? Something's mad. such demand. All right, we're on our way. The ruins are at the heart of the isle. We'll take a known safe route.
It's a long way, Sensei. Are you sure you're feeling up to it?
Not really, but I couldn't possibly miss this.
Well, please don't overdo it, will you?
Head for this spot. This should help.
Let's move.
Well, well. Again we meet. It seems you have a knack for cheating death. Hunter, I see you have grown. The fire in your eye burns stronger now. Fitting that our paths cross here, in the sacred land of the ancient hunters. traces of their aspirations remain, both within you, out. Once it was so that hunters were here, raised here, and would die on the soil. But in time, they expanded their horizons, crossing the sea to Azuma. But that migration was only possible with the power of Karakuri. With the knowledge and technology possessed by those hunters of old, sadly, all that was no longer is. The haven the hunters built for themselves in Azuma was washed away by the rain of 1,000 days. A great flood that covered all the land. What few hunters survived dispersed northward or westward, taking them what little knowledge remained of Karakuri. All that was left behind crystallized, become the seed. So you see, all that was left behind now exists within you. You need only hunt, and trust that in so doing, the seed will soon grow.
Over there, look! Oi!
Sorry to keep you. Your successful defeat of the kimono means we can proceed with the... What's wrong? Seen anyone? This place is far most. Anyway, mind. Let's get on with the plan. Remember we discussed how you're enabled to conjure and command Karakuri anywhere you like? Well, the reason for that is intimately tied to a form of energy known as celestial thread. Think about when you create Karakuri out of nothing. Tendril-like phenomena appear, don't they? That is celestial thread. It's the behind all Karakuri. If there isn't enough of it, Karakuri can't operate. The larger and more complex the Karakuri, the more celestial thread is required to power it. You've probably noticed already as you've been walking around that these ruins appear to be some kind of giant Karakuri. We can only imagine functioning as intended. For some reason, the celestial thread here dried up and it ground to a halt.
For some reason. Due to stagnation in the ground, perhaps?
Precisely. Ki and celestial thread are essentially the same thing. The ki here is not flowing. Fix that, and these ruins should come alive. Legend tells that this place is actually an elaborate machine used to divert celestial thread to another location. And I'm sure by now you can deduce what location that is. Yes! Minato! Which means that if we're successful here, all the kara that have been gathering dust in Minato until now should suddenly spring to life!
I was starting to think I'm working again. It's been so long.
What we're trying to achieve here is crucial to the survival of the town. The influence of the kimono is growing all the time, and we have no way to defend ourselves. Sooner or later, we'll be forced to abandon Minato. So after many long discussions among the elders, they decided we should work towards restoring the town's Karakuri to give us the means to fight back. Which is why your task here is to use your skills to wake up this ancient place.
All Minato's Karakuri working again. I just can't imagine it.
Can't hurt.
It's exciting, isn't it? I have memories from my early childhood when they were still working.
The wall is opening up.
And look at the celestial thread weaving its way. Oh.
No, we did.
Yes, we did! Success. You played your part perfect so much. Now, let us hurry back to meet...
Let's get back to Minato as quickly as possible and see what it all looks like now.
I can't wait to see the transformation in Minato! Even if it means going back on that boat!
Amazing, amazing, amazing! I never dreamed this could happen! Everything is working! It's like life has been restored to the whole town. Every karakuri is working again. Oh, then the karakuri at the forge will be... This I have to see!
Well, Natsume's happy. To be honest, there are dozens of things I'd like to experiment with, too. And if you wouldn't mind, I'll be needing your help with many of them. Wow. Isn't this something? I expect you're dying to look around town. I know I am. Just think of the dust flying off all those old karakuri as they spring back to life. The bathhouse near the town gates, for example. The hot waters will be flowing again. Ah, they don't need an attendant now. It couldn't have gone better. And it's all thanks to you.
Whoa! Whoa! Seeing the karakuri all...
Oh yeah? What is the town alive again? Dear Hunter, have you heard the unfortunate news? Of the corpse found along the Blossom Trail. They have identified the poor soul at last. A fine young farming fellow. Such a waste. It was a customer of mine who happened upon the tragedy on his way to Minato via the Harvest Canyon. And now he comes under suspicion. There is no doubt in my mind that this is the work of Kemono. Yet not all appear to agree.
Because it's hogwash. Dansuke wasn't killed by any Kemo.
Welcome back. Is my account really so hard to believe?
It makes no sense. Dansuke had some of the fastest legs in town. There's no way he would have let a Kemono get him. Besides, I happen to know he got into a fight with someone from your store the day before he disappeared. If you ask me, you lot did him in, and then tried to make it look like the work of a Kemono. No, but Kogyoku isn't one of us. She and treasury patrons can't be trusted.
You see what dreadful ill will befalls me? Could you possibly investigate the matter? A hunter's eye is what we need to see was the work of Kemono or not. Or so say the skeptical few.
Waste of time. We'll have covered their track, but go guess.